It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. Y'all, this week I am taking a breather. I'm taking a week off. I think a well-deserved one. We've been working our butts off over here at the Daily Doug, but I decided that I did not want to leave y'all without some content on the channel this week. So today, for Metal Monday, I am diving back into the Daily Doug vault, and I am sharing with you a reaction to a National Acrobat by Black Sabbath that I recorded back in May of this year. This was originally part of our Metal May fan favorites countdown over on Patreon. It was a wonderful video. My neck survived all of the headbanging, and it really was a wonderful thing for us to count down our favorite metal songs that I haven't yet gotten to over on Patreon. So this one was a reaction, and it was a first time reaction, the first time that I had heard this song, A National Acrobat by Black Sabbath. So I am proud to share my reaction to this song with y'all now. Up next is an entry by Black Sabbath. Of course, if we're doing a countdown with metal in it, then Black Sabbath needs to be included. Of course, I've done a bunch of Black Sabbath songs on the YouTube channel, but one that I haven't done is a National Acrobat, and this one comes to us by recommendation of DG. Thank you, DG. He says, one of my favorite Sabbath songs, has probably my favorite Sabbath riff, plus cool thought-provoking lyrics. If this song gets picked, I think Doug should take a look at the front cover and back cover of the album. They tell a sort of story. Both the front and back show men on their deathbeds. However, we can infer that the two men led very different lives based on their respective fates. So I am looking currently, I brought this up, I am looking at the album cover front and back, and I see what you're talking about. Here, it looks like one man on the back is surrounded by those that love and respect him or paying homage as he's on his deathbed, it looks like. While the front cover, we see a man surrounded by those who appear to be tormenting him. So yeah, quite a different spectacle as one is passing away here. I've heard a few songs from this album. It comes from Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, which was their 5th album in 1973, but I don't think I've heard this one yet, and it's the longest one on the album. So let's buckle up and see what we've got going here. Of course, it's Ozzy, it's Tony, it's Geezer, and it's Bill. So let's get to Black Sabbath, A National Acrobat. Off we go. After Symphony X, this is like a kinder, gentler metal. There's subtonic and then back. C sharp minor. Before. Okay, different. that wasn't the 4th. That was a 6.
The deadly darkness that belies the fate of those who never ran.
Woo!
You gotta believe now.
That's rad, y'all.
I'm talking to you.
The percussion going on the
It's up to
offbeat.
you to know the reason why.
That's the stuff.
You'll understand when it's time to die. Don't believe the life you have will be the only one. You have to let your body sleep to let your soul live on.
You have to let your body sleep to let your soul live on. Okay. The riff is rad, y'all. The breakdown section here is one of the cooler things I've heard from Black Sabbath, like ever. It's funky, but also metal. So I hear Tony in both ears. It's like 2 Tonys. Or 3 Tonys with all of the overdubs. That's a pocket that's like a mile wide, y'all. It's so good.
Just remember, love is life and hate is living dead. Treat your life for what it's worth and live for every breath.
And Ozzy sounds great.
Looking back, I've been blind, but now I'm wondering. Here I wait and only guess what this life will bring.
Here I wait and only guess what this next life will bring. That's a 5. Major? Unexpected. Parallel major. They went from C sharp minor to C sharp major, and there's major 4. Huh. Maybe it's a happy death or a happy transcendence. Everybody's happy. That's a 5. Not the 5, they moved keys. So they're at the level of the 5, which is G sharp. That's gonna be flat 7. No, they're staying. Okay. The whole last end of that song is like another song. A national Acrobat Part 2. The move to major just intrigued the crap out of me, y'all, after all of that. After all of that. I found a quote about this one from Geezer, who wrote the lyrics. And he says that Satan was hardly ever conjured up in our lyrics. And when he was, it was not in the religious sense, but in the sense that Satan was alive and well in the people who govern us, manipulating us and killing us in their wars. Okay. So he's ascribing just the idea of evil to where he sees evil in the minds of people, and not as some spiritual or metaphysical or supernatural sort of force. Evil within the human heart is what he's talking about, y'all. You know, y'all, as I was going through and listening to all of these different metal songs back in May when we did our countdown over on Patreon, it was not lost on me just how different the styles of metal music we had in that countdown. As I come back to Black Sabbath, it's not lost on me that these guys were, back in the day, the leaders, among others, but the leaders of the heavy metal movement, and their music has gone on to inspire and inform an entire generation or two of metal musicians. And these metal musicians that have come after Black Sabbath, you know, if you're really into angular and djenty sort of things, you can do that style. But if you're a more progressive fan and you love metal, then you might go in a different direction, like Dream Theater or Haken, for example. So there's a lot of different subgenres of metal that have formed over the last 40 or 50 years, and a lot of it comes back to the blueprint that Black Sabbath has provided to us. Their music continues to inspire, and it continues to be relevant and quite fun to listen to. They're very good at what they do, and after all these years, their art still is worthy of our time. And so it was fun for me to get to that in the countdown and to include it today with all of y'all. It's a great way to start the week on a Metal Monday, always when we've got Black Sabbath on the turntable. We've been listening to a national Acrobat by Black Sabbath. I thank y'all for joining me, and we'll see you next time on another edition of The Daily Doug.